today I wanted to come to Astricon to meet a bunch of friends and also to present a new feature that I work on this year, that it will allow you to tap passively PRI links, so you can do call recording mainly, but you can really do other kind of stuff with it. So let's go through the agenda just so you can get an idea of what we're gonna talk about. So I'm gonna start by explaining why you will be interested maybe in recording. Maybe you already know that you want to do recording, maybe not. So we're gonna go through that. We're gonna go through the current existing solutions for Asterisk for call recording, how Asterisk currently does call recording, regular call recording. And we're going to go through what is line tapping. In case you're not familiar with line tapping, we're going to describe what line tapping is and how you can do it in T1, E1 links. Then we're going to discuss the real meat of the talk, which is the PRI tapping feature, and how does it work, and how can it be convenient to passively tap lines in some scenarios. And we're going to finish with a very brief discussion of what the future of the PRI tapping or other tapping technologies in Asterisk can be. So the first thing I would like to point out is whether or not call recording is legal, and that's probably going to depend the country where you live, the state where you live. So there's a bunch of things that need to be taken into consideration. I'm not a lawyer, so if you at any point consider that you need call recording for your business, then you should seriously just ask a lawyer and see if it applies to your situation and if it's legal wherever you live. So there may be many reasons why you want to do call recording. These are just like the most common ones that I hear from customers that are interested in call recording, and probably the most important one is enhance the customer service. So typically you do call recording to analyze how your sales representatives, your technical support, or any staff that you have in your company, to customers and how to provide them with training so they know how to deal with a customer that is maybe pissed off, or how to deal with customers that are demanding more than you can provide, or any X situation that you can imagine. You can record it, then you can analyze it with your staff so they can provide better service to the customers. That's the bottom line. There are also some companies that are worried about the legal liability, so they want like a record of all the interactions of employees with their customers. So there is this record of what really happened, and you don't go into this situation of, oh, I say this or I say that, or you promised this and you didn't deliver, or whatever. So it's just like to help you to solve disputes. There are some industries where you need to comply with regulations that ask you to do call recording. Probably, I don't know, banking or financial institutions require this kind of stuff. So that can be another reason. And finally, I even heard some customers are concerned about security of their employees, so they want recordings of all the telephone calls just in case there is threats or any kind of employee being unfairly treated. So how does Asterisk currently does recording? If you want to use Asterisk for recording right now, you have really Asterisk does a lot of things, but the most common applications that you will use for do call recording are monitor, mix monitor, or record, depending on your situation. Monitor is going to record in two separate files, the input and the output. Mix monitor will do the same. That monitor is just going to mix both input and output in a single file, so you don't have to use an extra utility like SOX or something to mix the two files together. Or there is also the record application that is much simpler, and it's going to block your call and just record everything that is being said in that call. But so this is just for one leg. So when you send the channel to this application, it's going to actually block there and just start recording everything, like for voicemail or stuff like that, if you just want to record reminders or stuff like that. All the files for monitor go to barspool asterisk monitor by default, which means anything that you record is going to be dropped there. And you can record in any support format for Asterisk. Asterisk supports a lot of formats, so you can decide in which format you want to do your recordings. And recently, there is a development by a company in Israel called Sorcom, and another company called Oryx, that I think is based in the US or Canada. And what they did is a patch for Asterisk that allows monitor to not just drop the files in the file system, but rather send this media as an RTP stream to a recording server. So the recordings will not live really in the Asterisk server. They are sent over the RTP to the Oryx server, recording server, and then you can use all the Oryx utilities to browse on the files or whatever you want to do with the files. So this is, that URL there is the branch that has support for this. This is not a feature that is integrated into Asterisk at this point. It's experimental, it works, but it's not included in the mainstream Asterisk. So some things to keep in mind about the current solutions for Asterisk recording is that, like in this picture, you can see Asterisk needs to be in the middle, which means between the two endpoints that you want to record, you need to put an Asterisk box in the middle so you can do the recording. In the case of a PRI line, T1E1 PRI line, that means that probably you already have an existing circuit that is working, or it has custom software like a predictive dialer or something that you don't want to, is working and you don't want to disturb the current installation, you don't want to put any new elements in your network. So it can be kind of risky use the standard call recording, because you will have to put your Asterisk box in the middle, configure it, and so it can pass through the calls and do the recording. If the Asterisk box for some reason goes down, it crashes, or simply you want to take it out for maintenance or whatever, then your link will go down too with the box, because it's like connect in the middle, so it's an active element of the link. So in that kind of situations where you want to just do the recording on the line, but you don't want to be actually in the middle of the link, is where telephone line tapping comes in, which basically means you're going to attach a passive circuit to the line, so it just reads what is in the line, but it doesn't interfere with that line at all. So it's just passively reading all the signaling and media in the line. So you may have heard already of line tapping, maybe as wire tapping, or maybe you have heard the term lawful interception, which pretty much is line tapping too, but legally done, and for legal purposes. And this is pretty much equivalent, if you're familiar to Wireshark, to monitor the network packets. It's pretty much the analogous. It's the same. It's the same in the telephony world, where you can put your tapping device, and it's going just to see what is on the line without actually disturbing. So how does it look like? taking as an example again the CPE and PBX side and the network side, you don't have to put your box in the middle. You just have to put a tapping device in the line, and then you put a tapping box in parallel pretty much, so it doesn't disturb your current installation. So key points is that you need a connection adapter, and you will get the raw voice and signal you deliver to the application, but you will have zero disruption of the current telephone link, so you don't have like to worry about your current installation, about any kind of problems with your current working installation. And you can also achieve redundancy if you're very concerned about getting very, very accurate recordings, CDR information, and all of that. You can put multiple boxes tapping the same line, and you will have replication through these multiple boxes. You will have redundancy through these boxes. So typical uses for an application like this is call logging. In case you're only interested in who you're calling or who's calling you, but you're not interested in the media, you can still use only the CDR information that is provided and just store it without storing the media. If you're also interested in the media, you can also get the media and just record it to a file, or also send it through RTP to some other server, or whatever you want to do with the media. You can do call center live monitoring. So if you want, like in real time, monitor where your agents are calling, and you want to even listen in real time to a particular call from a customer with an agent, then you can do that. So how do the adapter looks like? This is how it looks like. You don't really need the adapter. You can really just use a patch panel, or just you can just wire the transmission and reception cables together. So, but the adapter is convenient because it's already, it's standalone, and you can just plug and you don't care about it. So the two blue cables that you see. The two blue cables that you see on the left side are the RJ45 cables that go to the network and to your CPE side. That will be your PBX. And on the other side of the adapter, you pull out other two cables that are going to receive whatever the net is transmitting, and are going to receive whatever the CPE is transmitting. And then you're going to plug these cables into in any DADI-compatible card, like this card that is here, and you're just going to plug it in the two ports. So you can, for every link that you have, you need 2 ports in your Asterisk box. So if you want to tap, 4 links, then you need 8 ports. So this looks more in detail how it looks like in case you want to do your own wiring. You don't want the tapping. You want to do your own cables, your own wiring. This is how it looks like. Again, you need 2 ports per link. The filter that you're seeing there is supposed to ensure quality and make sure that there is no signals going towards the tap link. The car is put in high impedance mode too, just to make sure there is absolutely nothing going out in the tap line. Any transmission on that line is going to be dropped, of course. It's just a passive tapping. So any transmission that you do in that line is just going to be plain drop on the floor. And in one port, you're going to receive what the network transmit, and in the other port, you're going to receive what the CPE side transmit. So you have to somehow match the messages. So in case you don't want to do tapping with Asterisk, you can still do raw tapping, which basically means you're just going